Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and I am super excited about this one, and I still have to keep pinching myself to believe that this is actually true. This is my brand new release with Funky Fossil, so this is my second release so far, and as you can see there are stamp sets, stencils and a collage pack as well. So, like I say, I still can't quite believe that this is true. But anyway, it is, because here they are. They are on my website, artjournallove.com. You can order them. They won't be shipped out until the 1st of January. So, yeah, this is very, very exciting. So I'm going to be creating a page in the Dina Wakley white 6-inch journal. And this stencil is what comes with the striped circle mask. Yeah, so you get this cut out shape, which is what the mask is cut out from. And isn't it just fabulous for creating some background colour and pattern? So I have added some white gesso to this page before I've started. I find that the paints work much better in this white journal if you add some gesso onto the background first. And to start off with, I'm using a blending tool and I'm using some orchid paint from Dina Wakley. Then I haven't changed the sponge on my blending tool. I've just added a bit of white onto my glass mat, as you can see. So I'm just letting the white kind of play with the orchid that's left on the sponge, and just adding some more stenciling around the edges of my page. So the colours are getting lighter and lighter as I'm working the layers through. So this colour I'm using is Carnation. Again, I've not changed the sponge on the end. So I'm just letting the colours play and blend, kind of mix together a little bit too. So I'm just adding this colour around the edge of my page. So this page ended up being one of many layers. It went through lots of different stages. This is the mask that comes with that stencil that I've just used. So this is the striped circle mask, part of my new release. And here I'm just using some white paint through that just to break up some of that colour that's left on the page. So then with this new release, there is the collage paper set, which is Heartfelt Journal collage papers, and they are all black and white in this pack. Lots of them are circular. There are some faces in there. There are lots of words and text as well. And it's all got that kind of handwritten feel to it. So here I'm just applying these with a little bit of gel medium, matte medium. You can see that they're sticking down really nicely. The paper isn't particularly bulky, so it does glue down really nicely. And once it's in place and dry, you can then go in and add colour over the top. So here I'm just using a bit of white that's left on my blending tool just to push those back into the background a little bit, just to make them less obvious. So this face stamp that I'm using now is from the set that is called Soulful, and you get 3 faces in that and 3 phrases as well. And I'm just using an archival ink in pink. So I'm going to stamp the face twice in pink and then one in black archival ink. These stamps, the more you use them, the better the image you get. So don't clean them, unless of course you're using paint, acrylic paint, then you must clean your stamp. But if you're just using inks, I wouldn't clean them at all. I'd just leave them, because the more ink that they get on them, the better the image, the more crisp an image you will get. So here you go, you can see I've stamped those faces 3 times, so I'm going to be doing 3 figures, but 2 of them are going to be tone on tone with the background of my page. And I'm sticking these on the page using some matte medium. So the collage paper that I've stamped these onto is part of Dina Wakley's collage tissue paper. It's the clear set, which is great for adding images onto yourself, because this kind of melts into the page. It's brilliant. And then I'm going to add that one into the centre. She's going to be my focal point, really. The other 2 are there just to kind of be supporting figures, I guess. Yeah, so I've glued those in place, and once they're dry, I'm then going to create a sort of idea of a body shape for this centre figure. So this piece of paper that I'm using here is also from the Heartfelt Journal Collage Papers pack. And here you can see I'm just adding that into the centre for her body. Just using a glue stick to stick that in place. Then I've outlined it using a Stubilo oil pencil and a water brush. And then I'm just using a Neocolor 2 and a water brush just to add a little bit of blush to those faces. So one of the great things with these stamps is that you can leave them black and white. You can add colour. You can kind of do what you want with them, really. Cut them in half, use half on one side of your page, half on another. Yeah, really versatile. So here I'm using one of the stamp sets, okay, that comes with my new release, which is called Heartfelt. And these are lovely little heart shapes with text inside them. And here I'm just stamping them directly onto my page now. It hasn't stamped brilliantly, but that is just because the paper in this white journal is quite textured. If you want a crisper stamp, you need to stamp them onto collage paper and then glue them into your journal. So then I'm just working on my layers here, and I'm just adding in some more layers of pattern and texture. So I've done some stamping with black paint and then some splatters. This is one of my favourite stamps ever, this spotty dotty one that came with my first release. This is really great for breaking up backgrounds a little bit and just adding another layer of interest. As you know, if you follow me, I do like to use lots of dots on my pages, so this is just a super quick way to do that. So this is the Wonky Heart stencil, which also is in part of my new release. And here I'm just going in with a bit of turquoise as a contrast with the rest of the colours that are on this page. Because although we've got black and white, there's a lot of pink going on. And I felt it just really needed another pop of colour in there just to kind of add that contrast and interest there. So this is then my quote, "Do what is good for your soul." So true, isn't it? This is what's good for my soul. Getting in my art room. It's one of the things that's good for my soul. Getting in my art room and being creative definitely is good for the soul. So for this page, I decided I was going to stamp that 3 times and then stick it onto my page. So I am just using black archival ink. I've got the stamp on an acrylic block. You can also use the stamping platform as well. But this is working really nicely. So cut them out and stick them down again with the matte medium just to stick them in place, and then the quotes stand out really nicely, but they are not as in your face as they would be if I'd stamped them onto white paper. So then I was just working out where I wanted them to go, like that. Play with things until you feel your page feels that it's got that balance to it. And then, like I say, just sticking those down with some matte medium. I think I need shares in matte medium. I get through so much of it. I really need to buy a bigger amount, I think. And then I've just cut out one of the hearts from the Heartfelt stamp and stuck it on, and then I'm just using a scribble stick and a water brush to pick up some pigment, and I'm just popping that onto the heart. And there it is, my first page that I'm sharing with my new release. There will be more to come, so watch out. Thanks for watching. I hope you've been inspired, and I hope to see you again soon.